My parents kept a height chart on the kitchen doorframe for 30 years. It starts at my brother. For my whole life, that doorframe was a shrine, and I was the one who dusted it. Every family dinner ended the same way. Someone would ask about Marcus, and my mother's whole face would open up like a window. He's in Singapore now, she'd say, or Dubai, or wherever the story needed him to be that month. His own firm. You know Marcus, he never could sit still. My father would tip his head at the doorframe like it settled something. Started him at 4 years old, he'd tell whichever cousin was listening. Look how fast he shot up. We knew he'd be somebody. I was 31 years old, and I had never once been in a room with my brother. He was always landing somewhere, always 3 time zones away, always the reason my mother kept her phone face up at dinner. There were postcards on the fridge in his slanted handwriting. There was a bedroom at the end of the hall nobody was allowed to touch. And there was me, the daughter who stayed, who drove them to appointments, who got the folding chair. Last Sunday they called the whole family over, and my father stood up before the food was even cold. Your mother and I are selling the house, he said. We're getting older. It's time. Everyone murmured. Then he cleared his throat. The proceeds are going into a trust. In Marcus's name. My aunt reached over and squeezed my mother's hand like this was a beautiful thing. I put my fork down. All of it? He built something, my father said. He carried this family's name somewhere. We want to honor that. He's never here, I said. I've given you 11 years, Dad. I've never met him. My mother's mouth went thin. Don't make this ugly. Not tonight. When does he land then? For the sale. Is he flying in? He's very busy. Call him. I slid my phone across the table. Right now. Put him on speaker. Let's all say hi to Marcus. The kitchen got quiet in a way I'd never heard it. My father's jaw worked. My mother stared at her plate, and I stood up and walked to the doorframe because I'd spent a week with a ruler and I finally understood what I'd been looking at my whole life. Every mark on here is dated, I said. Write down at the bottom in pencil. You have to get close to read them. I ran my finger up the wood. Marcus, age 4, age 5, age 6. My finger stopped, and then it stops. There's no age 7. There's a gap this big. I held my fingers apart, and then the marks start again, in a different pencil, and they keep going all the way up to 5'6". I turned around. I'm 5'6". Sit down, my father said, and his voice cracked in the middle. These aren't his marks. Not past age 6. You measured me on his chart, and you wrote his name over my head for 25 years. My aunt looked between us. What is she talking about? My mother was shaking. You don't understand what you're doing. Then explain it. Tell them where Marcus is. Tell them what happened the summer he was 6. Nobody moved. He drowned. I said. Didn't he? At the lake house. And you couldn't stand it, so you never buried him. You kept his room. You wrote his postcards yourselves. I found the box, Mom. The ones you never mailed. The pen's the same as the ones on the fridge. You told everyone in this room he was thriving on the other side of the world, so you'd never have to say the word dead. And you had me a year later, and you raised me to keep a ghost alive. My aunt's hand flew to her mouth. Diane, is that true? Marcus passed? My mother didn't answer. She didn't have to. Her face was answer enough. 25 years, my aunt whispered. You let me send him birthday cards. You gave me an address. You cut me out of a trust, I said, for a boy who's been dead longer than I've been alive, so you'd never have to admit you buried a son and replaced him with a daughter you couldn't look at. I picked up my phone off the table. You want to honor Marcus? Bury him, with his real name and his real dates, where people can bring flowers. I looked at the doorframe one last time, at all those pencil marks climbing the wood with the wrong name floating above them. You can keep the house, I said. I'm the only thing in it that was ever actually growing.